Hello, it's Mr. Intermarket Analysis bringing you a review of the German DAX for Thursday's trading, the 5th of December 2013. Okay, this is going to be quick because I've got a lot of work to do. I've got a lot of charts to read. I've got to send out a lot of analysis to subscribers on the live analysis service. Okay, so basically what's happening here. Okay, so basically this is my review of the German DAX. I expect this to play out. I've got a bullish slant, okay, bullish bias, and this is the reason why. Okay, daily chart of the German DAX, we're into gap fill support. Okay, we've held this upward sloping trend line. Okay, in terms of fundamentals, should have covered them first. Basically, we had China higher overnight, which is bullish for the markets. Okay, we've had strong European data, PMI data out today. Overall, generally speaking, was all bullish. So again, supports the German DAX. Also the euro itself, even though we had stronger US data, and then obviously we had some mixed data in the afternoon, which unfortunately I was oblivious to, well, because I was fast asleep. Okay, so it shows you folks, you can't take your eye off this game just for a minute. As a day trader, you have to be in the market 24/7, especially in the Yank session. That's because these market makers are pissing about. Okay, ignore my bad language there, because I am quite frustrated because they did spike me out after hours on my DAX and FTSE trades. As you see on both my videos, beautiful setups, absolutely beautiful setups. Market makers know they're good setups. That's exactly why they spiked it out, because they know the market's going higher, and it's a last chance to knock out as many stops because they know the market's going to move higher and they don't want to pay out. Okay, so that's just another dirty side of trading that these idiots and morons play, which is frustrating to a certain extent, because I'm an educator and I have to teach students and so on and so forth. Last thing I need really is for market makers to be messing about as well. But it doesn't matter. Okay, it's all part of trading. Last week obviously was a good week. The week before was a good week. Last 4 weeks alone, I've been over 1,000 points almost in the last 4 weeks trading alone. This week I'm currently sat at minus 100. I've got 2 days to pull it around, which shouldn't really be a problem. It's all about remaining focused and steadfast and working hard. Okay, so here's my setup for the German DAX. Okay, so German DAX gap fill. Okay, so let me just get rid of this up here, because that gap has been closed now. Okay, so gap fill, bottoming tail, upward sloping trend line. Okay, market's going to hold. Okay, on the daily chart, stronger PMI data, stronger European data, nothing of any cause for concern there. Ukrainian situation has been alleviated as well. Again, that's a relief. So far so good. Euro managed to come back as well. Euro remains strong. I don't think the ECB are concerned at all. Going into Thursday, obviously you've got Mr. Draghi, so he may well sound dovish, which a lot of people are expecting, etc., etc., which again will be a help for exports. So Eurozone should go higher. Okay, so basically the summation is that the way in which this market's set up, the BOE, the ECB are both going to be dovish tomorrow, and equities inflate higher. That's why these absolute imbecile market makers knocked out my stops, because they know the market's going higher. Okay, so hats off to them. They're doing their job. I'll do my job, and it's me versus them. Okay, so so basically conclusion, daily chart, we're going higher. So let's have a look at a smaller time frame. Okay, so smaller time frame, let's have a look at the 60-minute chart to start off with. Okay, yes, we are into horizontal support here. Previous resistance equals support, horizontal support. Okay, on the daily chart, we're not going to close that gap. Why? Because economic data was strong, China was higher overnight, and obviously we had a massive short squeeze. Okay, so that's already showed you evidence of buyers or traders that have had this drop from 9,400 to 9,100, a 300-point drop in 2 days, which is pretty ridiculous given the fact that they allowed this market to float higher and knock out as many stops as they could. Professional rug pull on starting from Tuesday going into today. What can I say? Okay, what can I say? This is not normal price action. Okay, and this is not normal price action. So frustrating, but it's all part of trading, folks. Okay, so basically bullish engulfing candle, inside bar, but a bull flag in play, and we break out of this downward sloping expanding wedge pattern. Okay, so watch out for that. Next setup here, we have 10-minute chart. Okay, 10-minute chart, you've got an inverted head and shoulders pattern. We're creating the right shoulder. We're creating a higher low. Okay, this is why I went long on the German DAX. Okay, because this higher low will play out, this inverted head and shoulders will play out. Mr. Draghi will be dovish, the BOE will be dovish. Okay, and equities will short squeeze higher. Why? Because the central banks want the markets higher over Christmas, so people keep spending, everybody remains jolly, and the stock market musical chairs continue. Okay, so inverted head and shoulders pattern here, 9300 target, so watch out for 9300 on the morrow. Okay, so I'm a raging bull right now, raging bull but a frustrated bull. Okay, currently sitting at minus 100 when technically I should have been minus 25, and obviously nailed it on the long side going into tomorrow. More than likely this pattern probably already will have played out in the morning. I hope not. I hope there's no gap up higher. I hope I can manage to get my long positions in prior to ECB and BOE. Okay, so calling it a day there, folks. Risk on, risk off, wax on, wax off. Goodbye now.